Okay, so today what we're going to have a look at is the hip, and really what I want you to think about here is hip pain. And if you've got hip problems, we want to try and help you understand if it's something that you really should get investigated now. The hip's quite a complex area. We spend a lot of time in sitting, which really stretches out the posterior section of the hip, the glutes, and obviously pinches and compresses the front of the hip joint. And that's something that can cause problems over time. Causes increased wear and tear in the joint, and then obviously can lead to pain. The types of pain you might experience in the hip: you might get a pinching sensation at the front of the hip when you're sitting, particularly in low seats. Cars can tend to do this as well. Or you might get a very generalized deep ache around the back of the glute. Could also be back pain or SI joint related, but if you're getting that dull ache, the hip joint is certainly something you need to consider. So when we've done that, what we want to do is show you a couple of movements that you can have a look at and see if this might be a hip problem that you should get looked at. So so what I'm going to show you now is a couple of movements that you can do at home to try and help understand if your hip might be driving your current problem. So if we bring the knee up, and we're going to bring the hip through here, so the knee up towards the chest. If you feel increased pinching at the front of the hip, definitely something you need to look at. Also, if your hip, as you come up, wants to swing out, your knee wants to come out to the side, it's a good indication there that you might have some hip problems causing some of a restriction at the front of the hip, and again, you'll get that pinching sensation. Another movement to try, again, in a tabletop position, bringing the knee across. So your knee should easily be able to get over the opposite side without massive lifting. If you find you lift to get that knee over the other hip, there's a fair chance there's some restrictions in there that might need to be looked at. And the final one to look at is rotation of the hip. Medial rotation, I like to do this in neutral and in 90, so it's cross-checked, is to bring your foot in, so it should roll in well beyond that neutral position. That's nice, that's really good movement in there. And again, when we're up at 90, we're going to look at that same medial rotation. You should